Hello everybody, this is Sherry from djsundries.blogspot.com, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Super Supplies Saturday. It's been a couple weeks since I've posted. I've not had a lot of time recently to post, so I have a fun product. This is not new to many of you. It's definitely not new to me, but it is a supply that I use in my stamping, and I just wanted to share it with you. If it's new to you, I hope you'll see the versatility of this project, and really it's a quite inexpensive product, and one that I use quite often. The product goes by different names. One of the common names is Stickles, and this is just some of the Stickles. I have another one on the way, should be here in a few days or next week sometime, but Stickles is actually the brand name made by the Ranger Company. Another name is Glitter Glue. Studio G calls it Glitter Glue. And there are other, I think Martha Stewart has her own glitter glue. I don't know what she calls it, but there are other companies that make these, but all that I have right now are the Studio G and the Stickles. Now, what are they and what do you do with them? Well, if you think back to kindergarten, we all, I'm sure at some point, made things with lots of glitter. Well, this is the same concept, except the glitter's in the bottle. Each of these bottles are glue with the glitter already mixed in. I really like them for a couple of reasons. First of all, it really cuts down on my mess. If you've done much with glitter, and I've used glitter on different projects through the years, generally I end up wearing glitter all over. I do the same with embossing powder. I'll go out and realize my face is sparkling, but it's so easy to, you put your glue down and then glitter gets everywhere. And there are some times when that still might be something I would use, but Stickles saves from that because the glue is all mixed in with the glitter. Very easy to work. Each of these have a tip on the top, and you can just adhere it. I have here just a leftover die cut that I used, and you just put it down just like that. And there's a lot you can do with it. One thing you don't want to do with it is get it on your mat, or at least you want to get it up before it dries. There we go. I probably should have gotten my craft mat out to save my other mat. I suppose if I wanted to, I could write my name with it. I could, let's see. Just a quick little name or whatever you wanted to write with it. And I found that the Stickles, a Stickles like this will run you a couple of dollars, maybe $1.49. The Studio G ones are 99 cents or 97 cents at Walmart. So just something that you can do for very little money. Sorry about that. I had to step away. My dog was letting me know in no uncertain terms that she wanted out. So anyway, so one thing that you can do is you can write with it or whatever you would normally use glitter and glue for. But I like to use it on my die cuts. I like to use it on my cards. I have a couple of die cuts here that I had cut out. They were just left over from my Imagine. And if you look at these, and I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but they're the exact same cut. This one, I went around the edges with the, I believe it was the Studio G one. It may have been the Icicle Stickles. Whereas this one, I did the same thing, only using this purple one from Studio G. And if you look, it just kind of gives a little bit of a difference to your, a subtle difference to the different die cuts, so that you can kind of personalize, individualize each different card. Another thing that I really like to do is I like to do embellishment. I just like to kick up embellishments a notch. This is an old tag art book from Paper Possess from hot off the press. But let's see. Let's find in here. just a little die cut or a tag, and I'm not going to take the time to cut it out, but if I wanted to, let's look here at this little flower. This is a cute little flower tag that I would just cut out and do something with, but I can just go in here and I can just highlight it here, just a little bit of glue, or I could use a lot if I wanted to. But now it just really makes that tag pop. Now maybe that's a little more subtle than I wanted. Maybe I want to go a little bolder. Here's a nice bright yellow one. Maybe I think, oh, that's not as bright as I would like, and I want a little bit of boldness to it. Just add a little bit here, and it just really adds a nice little layer that just really pops and says, hey, this is something a little bit extra special. So you can see it doesn't take me very long, and I've turned a simple die cut or tag. You can see, maybe you can see the difference here in the two. This one just has that little bit of extra sparkle, which I might not want for everything. You know, maybe for a more subtle card I want something that looks more like this, but maybe for a kid's card I want something that pops a little bit. So that's just some of the things that you can do with stickles. As I mentioned, they're not expensive. These you can get at Walmart now for 97 cents a bottle. Michael's and Hobby Lobby, Roberts all have something similar for maybe $1. Stickles, I'm not sure. This yellow, blue, and red came in a pack, and I think I paid $6 or $7 for the pack. But usually these particular runs run anywhere from $1.50 to $2, just depending on where you get them and where you can find them. And they're everywhere. You can find them on the internet. Like I said, you can find them at Walmart. You can find them at your craft stores. They're everywhere. What are some advantages of using them? Well, like I mentioned, it really does cut down on the mess that accompanies traditional glue and glitter. So that's one of the advantage. It's just nice to have it right here. I can just pick it up. I can do it. I don't have to worry about, say, using a glitter tray or anything like that. I can use it quickly, and it does a good job. One disadvantage you do need to be aware of, and it's the same disadvantage that you would have no matter how you were doing it. If you were using glue and glitter, it would be the same disadvantage. But one disadvantage is you do have to be sure it dries. I don't know if you caught it or not, but when I slid this off and then I hit it with the edge of my book, now I have glitter on the back of my book. So you want to be sure that you allow plenty of dry time. So it's kind of one of those things, if you're doing a layered project, you want to just set it aside and let it dry. It's definitely not something you can do on the last minute card. I haven't tried. You could probably use your heat gun and dry it a little bit more quickly that way. I don't know. It's not something I've tried to do. Usually I just try to incorporate it into my project early enough that it can just set aside and dry. But that is something you need to be aware of, because it gets everywhere if you don't give it a good dry time. You know, for instance, I will have to cut this out, or else just let the book dry open before putting it away. I've done a few projects on the blog that I will link back to this post. If you are watching from YouTube, go to the blog at www.djsundries.blogspot.com, and there'll be a link underneath this to the blog. But within this post, I will put a link to some of the projects I've used stickles on. You can also check out the on the side where I've labeled things, and you can click on projects there. But it's just a fun project, great. With Christmas coming up, I haven't quite decided on my Christmas cards yet for this year, but I do like, as you can see, I was preparing and getting ready for Christmas when I bought these last year, because I wasn't sure what I was doing last year, and then I didn't end up using them. But lots of fun things you can do with them just to add that little extra dimension to your projects. So I hope you try stickles. I hope you enjoy using them. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.